Greetings, comic friends. It is Wednesday, so we're doing TGIW. And is it ever a TGIW? It is a Wednesday of dreams. 5 books. Only 5 books. I don't know how I got so lucky with 2 small weeks in a row. Last week was 6, but it ended up being an expensive week because of all those daredevils. But they gave me a second chance. They're like, all right, you messed up the free week that we gave you. We're going to give you another shot by having another light week, and I didn't blow it this time. I got the 5 books, didn't pick anything else up the shelf, but I did dip into trades and picked up a volume of Once and Future. This is Once and Future number 4. It's just one of the things I'm reading in trade. I haven't picked one up in a while, so I decided to go ahead and pick it up. Doesn't ruin the week. Still a light week. It's known that this thing is going to get bought at some point because I am reading them in trade. So, that out of the way. 5 little books. And they were all great. Wendigo is hyped up. Wendigo, you can't have your frog right now. You can't have your frog right now. She wants her frog. Frog's going to be right there, and Frog will be available later. All right. Dark Web finale. I got the Momoko variant cover because it's great. What to say about Dark Web? What they have done to Ben Reilly is nigh unforgivable. That being said, this was a lot of fun. So take away the thing that completely just like the whole thing centers around and is awful. Take the entire impetus of the entire series away, and it's a fun little story. I mean, I did have fun. I don't like what they've done with Ben Reilly. It's dumb. I've talked about it before, but Dark Web was a fun ride. While we're with Momoko, Demon Wars Down in Flames. So continuing the story of the yokai, the part yokai little girl. I forget her name, but there's a Civil War-esque sort of thing going on where there's the Iron Man samurai character and the Captain America character, and yeah, it's good. This is, unfortunately, it's not one of these a series that you can just jump in. Like, I've heard great things about Demon Wars. If you just pick this up, even though it's number 1, you're going to be pretty lost. But it is worth it to go back and read the others, whether it's in individual issues. I don't think none of them are cost that much, or in trades. It's a really fun story. Highly recommend it. Star Trek 4 also continues to be great. The Cisco is back. He's teamed up with Data and Scotty. Who else is there? Other people are there. I don't know. It's a lot of fun. I mean, it continues kind of where Deep Space Nine left off, which is the best Star Trek. And there's talks about like gods and are you a god, and it's very, very good. If you have any interest in Star Trek, I highly recommend it. Though if you haven't watched Deep Space Nine, it is definitely not going to have the same effect that it does to someone who has watched Deep Space Nine, like myself. Moon Knight number 20. I don't know if Moon Knight has ever been better. The Jeff Lemire run, was it Lemire? I think it was Lemire, that created the Mr. Knight persona, was great. Because it introduced this new idea of the Mr. Knight, and it was super, super fun. But I think I liked this McKay one better? It's hard to say. I mean, like, hands down, it's better than Mark Spector Moon Knight, the '90s run, because that thing was this thing over here. That thing was Garbo. The volume one was absolutely mind blowing, fantastic, especially for the time. But this is so much fun. It's so good. It's so good. So I would say this is probably the best modern Moon Knight. It's hard to say that the volume one isn't the best because of how good it was. My point is, Moon Knight's really good. You should read it. And lastly, Miles Morales Spider-Man #3. This is my first foray into Miles, and I've been enjoying it so far. I was talking to a friend of mine about this, how I never got into Miles because not that I ever had anything against Miles. It's just I was reading Ultimate Spider-Man, and I stopped reading Ultimate Spider-Man before Miles became a thing, and then Miles was a thing, and he was great, and I feel like I missed it. So, and I didn't think he was gonna like just go away or whatever, especially when he jumped into the 616. I just felt like, man, it's too late. I missed the Miles Morales train, and I just kept not getting it because I felt like I don't know enough about the character to pick it up, which is stupid because like we'll just pick something up and figure it out, which is what I've done. I think at this point I've gotten enough exposure to Miles Morales peripherally through other books that I have an idea of who Miles Morales is. So I decided to pick up this series, and I don't regret it. The first 3 issues have been I've enjoyed them, so I will continue up with that. But I do have to say there are some characters that like I don't. It's, what's her name? Starlight? No, that's from The Boys. The Bird Lady. She's like a bird lady. You know what I'm talking about, the Bird Lady. I don't really know who she is, but I mean I'm picking it up. I am enjoying it. But that's it. Yeah, no, nothing crazy. No other big purchases. Just the trade, which it's been a while coming. I probably should have gotten that a while ago. Yeah, that's it. A nice cheap week, which I really kind of needed. Light and cheap, and most importantly, cheap. So I think it was just generally a light week across the board. I don't think I was just lucky, but no real indies, right? 4 Marvels and an IDW Star Trek. No bad ideas. That's crazy. It's crazy that because I'm usually inundated with indies, and there was none. Is this what life is like for most people? This is not bad. All right. Anyway, that's it. Let me know what your thoughts, what you got, what are you excited about this week? Was it a light week for you? Was it a big week for you? Did I just get lucky? Who knows? Do all that in the comments and like and subscribe. And of course, don't forget to make yours Titan. This video was brought to you by Titan Comic Pressing. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Titan Comic Pressing LLC.